Okay, so now that we've worked out the number of passes here that we want to do on the board, you actually want to make sure that these coordinates, the 62 and 40 that we used for the milling, are actually the same ones that you're going to use for cutting out the board out of that. Obviously, if you don't do that, if you don't write these down, these values down, or if you change them while the job is running, I don't know why you would do that, but if you do, what is going to happen is that you're basically going to be cutting possibly further in. So say the traces are somewhere here, you might actually start cutting here right in the middle of your traces, and you're ruining your circuit board. So you want to write those values down once you use them for the trace milling with a 64th end mill. Or just, if you trust this tool, just don't change it. It should be fine. But it's nice and safe to write them down. So here, we started at 62 and 40. So the first thing we're going to do is actually move the tool to the same origin that we use. And so what's happening is that it's actually moving to the board, and you'll see it should come down and be right around the same spot that we actually used for milling traces. What we're going to do, again, we have the same thing that we need to do. We need to lower the tool. This is fine. Sorry, the gap that I showed earlier, that hasn't changed, so we don't need to change that. And then we're just going to open here the two little set screws. I'll let the tool fall down just like that. And then hold it down while, again, I'm just reiterating this, but finger tighten these set screws. Now it's happy, and it touches the bottom here, and that's a great, that looks fine. That looks great. So now all we need to do is, once we've moved it to the right spot, we need to make the RML, and we can send it. And then you should see, hopefully, there you go. You can see that the tool is actually cutting into the board now, and it's going to do that 3 times because I told it to do 3 offsets. Oh, that's a terrible noise. But it's actually cutting down into the board, and it will free our board from the rest of the copper board that we're using. That way we can move on and use stuff and program the circuit.